Hey guys, all right. I'm not fitting to be in this. It's been so long since, let's see if we can get this right. It's been so long since I did a reading. It's just been so much going on, number one. So much going. I need like a videographer. I've never been good with photos. Some people are really good with setting the scene and getting things all figured out. I need like I need a life personal assistant. That's how I feel. I need a life personal assistant to do everything. Photographs, videos, help me with work, everything. So I can get it all done. But long story short, it's been so much going on. Can you believe it? Like when I came on YouTube and started these readings, I mean, it had to be like almost 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. How much the world has, and I won't even say the world has changed, because it hasn't changed. 1 second. It hasn't changed. It's just showing more of who she is, who the earth in this world that we live in is just showing more so of who she is. So it's been so many interesting things going on, and in my time when I'm not on YouTube and I'm not doing the readings or putting out a video, I'm usually either working. My day job is very involved, but every day that goes by is a step closer from me leaving. Is a step closer to me leaving corporate America. And then I'm usually spending time with my loved ones. And then a lot of my time is done, but probably most of my time is done, researching. I do readings for people in person, and then researching, studying, learning, and helping others with astrology. So I'm just one of those people, being a Cancer, I have to replenish my energy. Sometimes I wish I had the energy and the drive of like an Aries. And fire isn't necessarily that strong in my chart. I think, and I made some videos. I also make videos, guys, but I end up not posting them because the editing, it's not recording a video that takes long. I'm sure you hear this from many people on YouTube. It's like the uploading, even if you don't edit, because I don't edit. Most of my videos I don't edit them, which is actually a lie. I edit them because I have to put them together and put them into a program that'll let me upload them to YouTube. But I don't like edit them to add anything or to make any changes or cut things out. I don't edit them in that way. But just manipulating a video at all is editing. That's the only reason why I'm saying that I edit. Excuse me, I forgot to drink a little coffee. So that's what takes the time. And a lot of times I'll record something, like I've done some card chats. I've got some videos on all the social issues that are going on right now, and I just have not uploaded them. So hopefully in my new year, in my solar return year coming up, because it is almost my solar return, I shouldn't be here with you today. I should be packing to be in Costa Rica. We were supposed to be in Costa Rica next week, but it ain't gonna happen. And you couldn't tell me that like in January, February, March. I'm like, too bad, so sad for all of you. We were supposed to be in Costa Rica next week. Look at the card I got. Maybe that means something's coming. Maybe not next week, but soon. Anyway, you couldn't tell me in January, February, March that I wasn't gonna be where I was supposed to be for my birthday. It's a big milestone birthday for me. Although I feel and look 25, I'm fucking not. So you can't tell me that I'm not, but I'm not. So I was like, yeah, too bad, so sad for all of you early year babies, because I'm a July baby, early July baby, and I know I'm gonna be on my birthday vacation this year. I mean, this whole like it's just too much, people. It's too much. So it's been so much going on between Corona, all this, I say Black Lives Matter stuff because I don't believe in any, that whole Black Lives Matter movement. It's like it's just a catchphrase. It's something that sounds good, but what I believe in is real change. If you guys are familiar at all with what a cancer is, what do they call us? We are like the patriots. We are the, I always forget the word that means like you are a person who stands for your people in your native land, and this is my native land. And I don't think it's anything that is, how can I say this, when we really get down to wanting change, then that's when that's what I will kick in and be here. Not a part of any fad movements, any fashion, social justice fashion movements. And what I mean by fashion movements is putting a blanket over something and doing things that sound good and look good to make something look like it's happening when nothing is really happening behind that. You know, I'm about really getting down to the bottom line and cutting through bullshit and really just seeing things for what they are. So it's been so much going on with social injustice. And you know, I think I was born this way, really proud of who I am, being Black, my family. I was born that way. But when you are proud and confident and really truly love who you are and your people as a race, you don't have any problems with any other race. You know, I had some of my first best friends growing up were Black, Indian. My best friend was Indian. I grew up with a Black girl and Indian girl and a white girl. The white girl and the Indian girl were my best friends. The Black girl was more like family. She's my best friend too. But just saying, I live right across the hall from an Indian girl. I will never forget her to this day. Her name was Mona Moody. And she's my best friend. And I probably at that time, maybe even more so than the Black girl who lived upstairs. You know, it just was never a thing because I grew up I was born in the 80s. Oh, I'm telling my age, right? It's 25. I grew up in the 80s, right after the whole 70s, Black is Proud, they killed the Panthers, and that kind of fizzled out sort of thing. They killed the Panthers, they killed Malcolm, they killed Martin. You get what I'm saying? So we were coming out of this whole Black is Proud movement, but there was a lot of remnants of that. So, you know, it was never a negative thing to be Black to me. And even I've experienced many types of racism because this whole system is racism. It is built and designed to keep a certain people in power. And it just so happens that's based on race, or the certain people are in power in the founding principles of that are race. It's not like when we say a certain people that it's only men, or a certain people it's people with black hair, or a certain people it's people over 6 feet. You get what I'm saying? The system is built to keep a certain race in power. So let's just be upfront about that. But I'm the type, I'm looking for, and I realize, and I've been creating it through my spiritual journey, because I feel like whatever war we're fighting is of a spiritual nature, is not really of an earthly nature. So I fight it from that perspective, but I have to create more opportunities and ways to really beat this whole thing that's going on and make a change in my life to where I can make a change for others, providing opportunities and things of that nature. You know, if you want to, you have to be what you want to see. You know what I mean? You can march all day, you can protest all day. The best thing you could do, you can never leave your house, but if you spend your money with your own people or create your own opportunities or products to have people buy from you as a black person or a person of color, or even a white person who wants to support, then that is what really makes change. So, you know, you could never leave your house, but there's certain things you can do to really be what you want to see, because I could never really see begging or asking anybody for any kind of freedom or justice. It's just something that you take, and it's something that you determine for yourself, because nobody here is God. Nobody here created anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, and when I say nobody here created anybody else, I mean, nobody here created the human race. Yes, we reproduce, you know, through the man and the woman coming together. We reproduce as humans, but we did not create humanity, which tells me there's something much bigger and higher than what man is, than that of man. So nobody on this earth can say that I'm less than, that I don't deserve all that is good and rich and wonderful about life, or that I don't have freedom, or I have to ask or beg for freedom. You get what I'm saying? There's no man on this earth that holds that power. And even if they were to lock me up, or try to take away your freedoms, or even kill you dead in the street, like they've been doing to, like white people have been doing to black people for centuries, that's freedom. That is true freedom, to not even be here anymore. So it's a matter of how you look at things, and it's not to get sad and somber. It's just talking about the truths and realities about what's going on. But later for that, let's hop into this reading. What I'm going to try to do, I have a little time. I just like showing the cards that flip over. I don't know why. Maybe they mean something to somebody. I have a look, and I was about to say I have a little time on my hands before I go to work. To work. She works hard for her money. She working right there in that card. She works hard to have all them nice things around her. You know? Queen of Pentacles. So, and there's many opportunities in front of her. So we're going to do something really quick. I don't know how far I'm going to get. Oh my God, this is already 10 minutes. I only wanted to make the video 10 minutes, but I had to talk to y'all for a little bit because it's been a while. And I'm going to have some other channels coming. I would say what they are, but you know, these people be on Demon time, stealing energy, so I'm not going to say what they are, but I'll let you know when I get those channels created. Give me a second. Give me a second, okay? Okay, I'm reloaded. So let's just see how far we can get really quick. I think I'm going to do 2 cards for every sign, starting with Aries. And we're just going to see the whole fucking vibe. Like, what's the vibe in these corona social justice times? You get me? Oh, and I do want to say, we did just have the eclipse, which happens on messages, news, communication is the vibe. I don't know what happened to this week. It went by so quick. But anyway, the eclipse. So again, I'm a Cancer, right? And then in Vedic astrology, which I study both. Whatever is astrology out there, I study it. And I mix them all together, and I come up. And I go with what I feel on a soul level is correct. And I take all of it into consideration. Don't let anybody tell you different or how to study something. You do what's in your spirit to do. In Vedic, I'm a Gemini. So if you, like, I have a friend who's a Gemini, right? But she's at the very end of Gemini. So in Vedic, she's still a Gemini. So I always look at her as like a true blue Gemini. And trust me, she's a true blue Gemini in all of her actions. Other than my communication and certain things in my mind and how my mind works, and being pretty smart, if I do say so myself, you might not realize that I was a Vedic Gemini. If you're talking tropical or Western astrology, you really look at me as a Cancer. But in Vedic, I'm a Gemini. So I've been feeling things from these eclipses and everything that's been going on both fronts. So we had, I'm just talking tropical Western astrology right now. We had the eclipse on the summer solstice, which is, it's kind of rare. It happens, but kind of rare. Not super rare, but kind of rare. And, excuse me, my nose is running. Coffee's hot. And, I'm missing a nail. And what was I gonna say? So that was a big thing. Like, we've been going through these eclipses on the Cancer Capricorn axis for the last 2 years, which is, if you look right now, what's going on with the planets being in Capricorn, moving in and out of Capricorn, retrograding to Aquarius, coming back to Capricorn. Again, I'm talking tropical Western. If you're talking Vedic, you're talking more Gemini and Sagittarius and yeah, you're talking more so Gemini and Sagittarius. So these eclipses that have been happening on the Capricorn and Cancer axis have been pretty difficult. I'm just on a world scale, because if you look at Saturn being in Capricorn, Pluto being in Capricorn, and it all coinciding with the eclipses that have been going on. And it's funny because I don't know, in one of my videos, I don't know if I ever posted it, but I know I told you guys last year the eclipse fell on my birthday. And then I have a cousin who's a Capricorn, and eclipse basically fell on her birthday. I have a lot of Capricorns in my life. We've always been pretty tight. You know, you guys know, if you listen to my videos, I feel very strongly about opposite signs. I think there's so much more there than people really pull out and educate others on when it comes to the astrology of opposite signs. So the eclipses have been like a really difficult time. And this is not just on a personal level. This is on, and also I'm first house Cancer, and I've fell and bust my ass really bad, like on my birthday last year. Actually, I think it was the day before my birthday. And you know, that eclipse was kind of going on. It happened on my birthday, but you know, different time zones and things like that. It was happening the day before too. How's that for a solar eclipse in your first house, right? On your birthday. But anyway, point being, we've been going through a rough time in the world. And of course, again, Cancer being the sign of like the homeland, the native, the patriot, Capricorn being the sign of big business, government, and power. I mean, you really can see, y'all have needed me. Y'all have needed me. I don't know who ties together some of this stuff like me. Anyway, and I read and I study, but I'm telling y'all, it's from a deeper place. It's from the soul. It's from God. Anyway, so, yeah, just leave your money in the collection plate, please. Leave your money in the collection plate, pimps in the pulpit. But this eclipse seemed to have ushered in, and I don't know if this is for everybody, but just beautiful energy, this eclipse that happened on the 21st of July. Again, the eclipse happened on the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year. It marks the beginning of summer. It marks the beginning of Cancer season. And then we had that eclipse. It was a solar eclipse. So it's like the ending, and not a complete ending, just moving into another phase, but the ending of the last cycle of the 2 years of eclipse that have been pretty difficult on a world scale and on a personal scale. Even if you look at kind of all the riots and the protests and everything that have been going on, this week things seem to be a little calmer. I don't hear as much, not that that's good or bad. You know, I wanted to keep on, but you just you're not here. It's not as intense as it was. It's going to kick back up and start back up because we're moving into a new phase, a new eclipse phase, you know, a new cycle. And the planets are moving out of Capricorn. I mean, they're dipping back, but because of retrograde and things of that nature, but they're moving. So that's just a little bit on the astrology. So what I'm going to do is let's just deal some cards and see the vibe that's going on. These are going to be really quick and really short. Okay. Plus I gotta like rewarm my coffee. I just don't feel like my deck is shuffled to where I want it yet. Like, it's always a feeling like I gotta feel when this deck is shuffled and it's time to stop shuffling. But I'm gonna just have to get to it because I gotta go right now. So I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I'm probably gonna stop after Gemini and start a new video and do like a part 2 and a part 3. Because I don't want to make it too long. It takes too long to upload these. So let's see what's popping for Aries. Okay. And I don't know if one card is going to give it to me, but we'll see. So Aries, maybe you stop drinking. You got the 3 of Cups in reverse. Maybe you stop drinking. Maybe you're pretty somber about something right now. And like I said, guys, these are just going to be really quick. You can take these for whatever you want. They're not, I mean, I don't view them as energy of the day. I think this is just a vibe that's going on right now. So the time is really inconsequential. You know, you could feel this week, next week. I just think it's the vibe of what's been going on around you. Time not as important. So I think you're getting sober and somber about things. Aries, there may have even been a breakup because of cheating, or maybe, and I don't even want to say cheating because you may not have been in any committed relationships, but just it's too many people involved in a situation or involved in something or involved in your business. And I think Aries, you're turning pretty serious about it. Like, it's just too much going on for you. And I think you're like, I don't want to be friendly. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't want to reconcile. I don't want to reconcile with you. I don't want to talk to you. You know? So that's what could be going on, Aries. Or you could be realizing something's not working out with one person and you might have made a wrong turn and you want to reconcile with somebody else. Or the people in your life are not fulfilling at all and you're thinking about back on the past and better times. And people who may have treated you better. And if you appreciated it, Aries. So, and you know, Aries, maybe there's somebody that you do want to be serious with from the past, or somebody that you broke up with, or somebody that things aren't working out with, and you willing to stop playing around and take this person seriously, maybe give them what they want or something like that. Okay? So that's the vibe for Aries. Put a comment below and let me know. You know, did it make sense? Did it not? Yay? Nay? No? Yes? What? Let me know. All right. So that was Aries. Taurus. What's popping, my lovely Tauruses? I have a beautiful cousin. It's so funny. A cousin of mine, we grew up in different states, so it's just amazing how we're close. But she had posted a family picture at my great-grandmother's 100th birthday party. Because my great-grandmother lived to be, I think she lived to be 103. It was either 103 or 102. And she had like 17 kids who all had like a bunch of kids, right? So a huge family. And I had to be like around 12, 13 at this time. 11, 12, 13 or something like that. And we were all in this picture, and my cousin, who I just really started hanging with, because she's younger than me now. She really is 25, and so we didn't grow up. You know, I'm at least 10 years older than her, so we didn't grow up like in the same kind of generation, or she didn't grow up in my age group. We weren't old enough to hang together, but now that we are, we do. And she's a Taurus. Love my boo. Very expressive, eccentric Taurus with her own style and everything. Is really lovely to see her be herself. And I don't know what my whole point was with that. I don't even know. Oh, my cousin had posted this picture and she was in it, and I wouldn't even realize who she was at that time because she was a baby and we were older. But yep, that's my Taurus boo. So good person, you know. Anyway, I have no idea what the point was of me saying that. So Taurus, what is going on? I'm going to pull this one. This is not the card I'm going to give you, but I'm going to pull this out because it was just flipped over and I saw it. So maybe it meant something. You little lucky devils. You get two, because I'm just going to say like that may mean you're walking away from something. You feel left out on the cold. You need to change. Something is not working. You're feeling alienated, or you don't feel the love, Taurus. This stuff is rolling down at me this morning. I haven't done video readings on YouTube in a while. I just feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. But anyway, so you may feel extricated, left out, cold. You're not getting something, Taurus. At least from that particular card. But let's see what else comes out, because that's not the one I'm going to draw for you. Let's see if we can get something a little better. Some better energy, Taurus. Come on. Oh, look. And I took two cards. So, Taurus, do you have feelings for a Queen of Wands, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius? And it could have fire somewhere in their chart. Or is there somebody that's showing you love or something new or opportunity that is coming up, or where you feel? Taurus, women or men, this could go either way. Is there something that you are emotional about? Because I just find it funny. We have the Queen of Wands, right? And you know I'm only doing one card and you just got three. So that's really funny. So I got the Queen of Wands, and then I got this Ace of Cups, which is, you know, new beginnings, water overflowing, feeling emotional. It could even be worrying about something, a lot of water going on. So, but water puts out fire. So you got this cup with all this water in it, and you got this Queen this queen is fire energy. So maybe there's something that you're holding back towards, or there's something somebody's holding from you. There's something that needs to be known, something that's not being talked about. And I feel like you either overflowing with emotions, and I'm still considering that card that came out, and both of these came out upright. I'm still considering the card that came out, that the 5 of Pentacles. And it's like, you know, somebody is full of emotions. And if you kind of look at this right here, this kind of reminds me of a clock, like the hands of time. So somebody is full of emotions about something they feel unfulfilled about. Or maybe there's just a lot of things that are unknown in this situation. And it's like an opportunity that it's almost like it's right there, but maybe it just can't be realized or seen at this particular time. But all things happen in due time. And yeah, I'm going to stop at Gemini so I can rewarm my coffee. I'm going to upload this, and then I'll do the rest of the zodiacs. Hopefully, if you get this, you're lucky. Leave me a comment below. But you don't see it. Like, you don't see it. So either you ignore the past, you ignore what's happening in time, maybe you're ignoring your emotions, because maybe you're really emotional right now. But the thing with Taurus is, I think Taurus is like, you shoot pretty straight. So like, you talk to people, you'll say what you think and things like that. But you hold a lot of your emotions, like sensitive emotions, vulnerable sort of emotions in. And Tauruses always have this strong thing to me, or they put on these strong fronts. So maybe you need to confront those things, because maybe that is the path to bringing out the unknown and the path to your healing and feeling warm again. Feeling this fire energy. And even though this card is a woman, this could be you all. Maybe you are fire on your rising or your moon, or you have fire heavy in your chart somewhere. So that's what that could be. But I was going to say, she's looking away from the cup. Like, she's not looking... I just didn't happen to hold the cards like this. She's not looking to... Because when I pulled them from the deck, I didn't mean to pull 2 cards. I meant to pull 1, but when I pulled them up, they were like this. So I was looking at them like that, not like they didn't come out like this, which would probably cause me to look at them like that, where she would be looking at the cup, but she's kind of looking away. So maybe acting, but not stopping to realize what's inside and the emotions. And it could also like bring an opportunity for something that will warm your heart. Okay? All right, so I'm going to do one more just to get more insight into this chemistry. So you're feeling something, and that's basically what I just said when I was reading these. You're feeling something. What it is, how you're going to express it. You are feeling something, and it's not necessarily something warm or something that's developed or that started, because I keep thinking about that 5 of Pentacles card, being on the outside of something, not being on the inside of something, being in a cold environment, not being in a warm environment. But you want that warmth right here from this fire card, but it's something based in emotions. You get what I'm saying? So even emotional drinking, eating, stuff like that, be careful with that. And then you got chemistry. But I feel like, and this says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So there's something that's on your mind that just won't shake. You can't shake it. You can't shake it in your thoughts. But it's chemistry because it's going on the inside. But I don't feel like these are things that are necessarily coming to fruition. And if they have, maybe you did pour your heart out to somebody, Taurus, and maybe you just didn't get the response that you were looking for. Maybe you had got a cold response. And that also could be what was going on, okay? All right, Geminis. What's up, Gemini? I always listen to, well, most of the time, I listen to Gemini readings, okay? Because like I said, I am a Gemini in Vedic, and I'm strong Gemini in Vedic, and I am strong Cancer in Western. And it's really funny because I'm a first house Mercury as well. So even if we're not talking about Vedic, I have a lot of Geminian traits having Mercury in my first house with my sun. I'm telling y'all a lot about me. I'm telling y'all a lot about me. If you ever want to know about people when they tell you their placements in their chart, look it up. Read about it, okay? Okay? Because that's going to tell you more about that person than they probably can tell you their damn selves. All right, Gemini, I'm going to get this to you. Then I got to go. I might try to do Cancer too. I got a couple of minutes. Let's see how fast I can get through Gemini. So I always listen to Gemini too because it's pertinent. I'm still trying to figure out my Pisces moon, so I don't always listen to Pisces stuff. Okay? Okay? All right, Gemini, so I shuffle as much as time will allow. Let's see what the vibes. What's the vibes? Ooh, one card. You tired of waiting. Gemini, you out of patience. You're tired of waiting. You're frustrated. You feel like there's nothing in your cup. You have given all you can give. You're giving a lot, but you're not receiving it. Someone is not being fair or seeing a true situation, or maybe you aren't being kind to yourself. With battery low. With Temperance being in reverse, typically I would say, okay, well, like I did just say, oh, you're tired of waiting, you don't have any patience or anything like that. But maybe that's also what you have to have. Don't be so quick to rush or to judge or to let your thoughts overtake you, because Gemini is definitely a thinking sign. But also Gemini, with the North and South node, and let me just, I know in Vedic, I believe it's in Gemini, but let me just check the placements right now. 1 second. 1 second. Come on. 1 second. Today's planets. I could do this all day, y'all. If I didn't have to work, I would definitely be more engaged in this with y'all. Y'all see me more often. So let's see. There's a specific site I like to look at because I like the way they show the planets. There's plenty of websites that show you the planetary placements, but I like the way one specific website does it. And it's so funny that they're never at the top of my search when I freaking search. My God. When I need it, where are you? 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to make sure this is for the day. All right. So the sun is in Cancer. What's in Gemini? Venus is in 5 degrees Gemini. So Venus is in Gemini right now. I think it's stationing to retrograde. There's a lot of planets in retrograde right now. There's 6, and I believe Venus is stationing to retrograde. Yes, that's what I was getting at. The North Node is retrograding into Gemini at 28 degrees and 53 minutes today, which is the 26th. And then we had a lunar eclipse, I'm sorry, because we had a lunar eclipse on June, I think it was the 5th, then the solar eclipse in Cancer on the 21st, and then there's going to be another lunar eclipse in Cancer on the 6th. So I just had to double check that to say what I was going to say about Gemini, which was, Gemini, you may be feeling like now is your time. I mean, with the North Node retrograding back, that lunar eclipse, that exposed feelings and just what you want to do and what direction your life needs to go on, and maybe stop living by whim so much and really make some concrete, like put your feet in the sand plans. And I personally know some Geminis who are just ready to go to that next level. So you may be feeling like now is your time. And maybe with the North Node in your sign, the sun just, I can't believe Gemini season is already over. it seems like it just started to me. So the sun was in your sign. You got the North Node retrograding in your sign. Venus is currently in Gemini. I believe it's going to it's stationing to go retrograde. And then, all of those things. And I'm sure there's much more going on in Gemini in Vedic, because the eclipses and like some things that have been going on have been on that Gemini and Sagittarius axis instead of Cancer and Capricorn, because it's about 26 degrees behind Western and tropical zodiac. So Gemini, I feel like that temperance is more about now being your time to really come into who you are and to get all that you're worth, and then it's funny because you got the attraction card. Time to move toward, and I said all that you're worth. Time to move towards all that is for you. And it says you attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. And I'm not necessarily using this as a romance deck today, but when it talks about enjoying the moment fully, that's like this slowing down. And I talked about that when I first drew the card about Gemini not moving so fast. Gemini is a fast moving sign. Mercury is terribly fast moving. So they process thoughts and data and information so fast, and they're into so many things, and so many different things interest them, that sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses and really see and appreciate what's right there in front of you, because you can have a lot of things going on in your life. You can have a lot of people in your life. You can have a lot of possessions in your life. But you got to stop and realize the ones that really mean a lot to you, the ones you want to capitalize off of, cherish, and use those things to propel you to that next phase in your life, to be more stable and to not stress yourself out mentally and things of that nature, Gemini. Okay? So maybe you are just coming into your time. Maybe it's just your time, Gemini. It could just really just be your time, And that's that. So Cancer, I'm going to give you guys Cancer. Then I'm going to stop. Depending on how I feel, I might give you Leo. But we're at 36 minutes, okay? And I don't want to upload an hour video. This is already too long. So let me try to get Cancer in the next 4 minutes. Cancers, I'm going to make yours really short. Wow, what was that? Cancer. Okay, well, okay. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. I'm just going to go in and leave it. Taurus, Spirit, why did you spit that card back out to Cancer? Taurus, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? But already thinking outside the box, not being a part of things and thinking differently. Coming up with different ways to make your money and to find your comfort and to find your peace in your home. Maybe coming in from out of the cold with this 5 of Pentacles being in reversed. Maybe finally not being in that cold, not feeling left out, finding your place and what you're a part of, having been through difficulties and struggles, maybe even, focusing on your money and what it's going to take for you to be a part of something, like developing your own thing. And I know, because I can speak like from a Cancer, speak from my own perspective, but when a card is upright, you see how they're walking by the church, like there's abundance and refuge that could be provided here, but they're walking right by it. And this tells me you don't want to be a part of the sect or what everybody else is doing, even when it's painful, and you don't think you have support, and you're trying to find your way. There's a complete another way, and you always have choices. You always have choices. So you don't get stuck in something, going through the motions because you think that's what you should do, or you've made certain commitments. You know what I'm saying? No, you can let those things go and do things a whole nother way and do them your way. You don't have to be a part. Oh, there you go. You don't have that flipped over. There you go. You don't have to be a part of what everyone else is doing if you know that your spiritual faith and center is strong. Always act from that. Always believe in that, because karma is real. And the card that I got is trust. Trust that there's better times. Trust that there's something more to comfort you. Trust in people. Trust that this person has always been there with you through the good and the bad. Just trust, you know? So trust that those things will come. And this person will never leave your side, whether that's your God, your partner, your kids, your angel. There's always a guardian angel, because even with you walking past this and not seeing refuge in this sect that's called the church, soon as you fall through this portal, is something marvelous on the other side, because there's somebody strong protecting you and backing you, and there's an angel that's always over your shoulder. Cancer. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. There you have it. Peace out, guys. I'll be back with the rest. Stay tuned.